Welcome back to the King's Quest 6 videos. Continuing what I was saying, Himalaya Studios made Alamo That's Just Man, and right now they're in the process of still working on Mage's Initiation, which is basically it's Quest for Glory, except it's more focused on magicians and magic spells.
Okay.
So yeah, like if you're like me and you grew up with Sierra point-and-click adventure games, support Himalaya Studios because their games are awesome. Buy Alamo, support Mage's Initiation. Go ahead.
Solid Sander isn't doing a very good job.
Nope. Which reminds me, Alamo actually got a mobile device port recently, so that's pretty cool. So you can even play it on mobile devices if you want.
Well, let's lock him up and go tell Saladin. He'll tell us what kind of fish we've caught.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's far in the dungeon.
So yeah, continue what I was saying. In fact, here, let me just post the link.
Of course.
Yeah, sure. Walk right to them.
Hello there.
Of course, Dwebs. What could possibly go wrong? There you go. So what I was saying, like I was saying too, they could, considering Himalaya Studios is even on, their games are even on Steam, so they're a fully fledged developer. They're independent and obscure outside of point-and-click adventure fans, obviously, but they're still technically, so they can be. And remember too, back when they were AGDI, they specifically got a permission from Activision to do those free remakes that we did here on the channel. So they do have connections with Activision. So it's only
what phase of Activision was that?
It was back. Well, the first one came out back in 2001. The second one came out in 2002, and the King's Quest 3 remake came out in 2011.
Okay, I'm just going to the Activision of back then may very well be long and dead compared to what the Activision of today is.
Mm-hmm.
A pretty dull company with occasional moments of glimmer.
Well, Dwebs actually
nearly killed Crash Bandicoot and, well, tried to shield Skylanders. Had success.
I said occasional.
Occasional.
Well, one thing we have to, actually, Dwebs, Jova's assessment makes sense considering they specifically said to the fans that their original deal with Activision was that they could remake the first three, not the fourth one though. The fourth one was not included in the agreement, so they would not be able to remake the fourth one unless they managed to get a new deal from Activision. And up until this point, there's been no news of any of that. So I'm guessing at this point they've moved on to their own professional stuff instead of the free remake stuff, since that doesn't give any money, obviously. It's a shame.
So the saga will never be concluded.
Actually, there are fans out there trying to remake the fourth game, just not AGDI in particular.
Hey, who's this guy hiding behind here?
Oops.
Depends on are those remakes really on par with it, or is it like a Super Mario Brothers Z case where you can definitely tell the
from what I've seen, they look on par. I mean, yeah, they don't look as brilliantly made as the AGDI ones, but they look pretty good.
Continue the story saga properly, would you say?
Oh, well, no, considering they're not made by GDI, obviously the Society of the Black Cloak thing that they come up with in King's Quest 2, the King's Quest 2 remake, obviously that doesn't continue because, that's...
well, do they at least still add in, new story elements?
No. From what I can tell, they're doing a 1-to-1 remake.
So... Okay, I get that. I mean, is it including voice acting and stuff?
Yes, voice acting.
Much just an upscale.
Yeah, no, it's voice acting. It's the same, built around the same mold. Using the King's Quest V VGA graphics, the point-and-click interface, the voice acting, the hand-drawn backgrounds and animations, all that good stuff. However,
it's nothing quite on the level of the first three remakes. Okay,
it's on par, but you can tell that they're not quite as they're not quite as talented at it as AGDI were, because the AGDI remakes are fucking brilliant. But
it always seems to definitely be tougher when you're trying to continue something that was fan made as opposed to something that's official in these regards.
True, but hey, at least someone's trying.
Yeah.
It's more than what Activision is willing to do with this fucking series. I mean, yeah, we
Which
had
is
the
weird.
reimagining, and I love Chapter 5 of the reimagined King's Quest. It's a wonderful love letter to King's Quest fans. But
Ever since that reimagining, though, we haven't heard any more
Nope.
news about King's Quest.
it's abundantly obvious that Activision kind of gave that. They tried giving it that. The problem is that I don't think the reimagining did all that well in sales. So I'm guessing Activision doesn't really care much to do anything else, honestly, which is sad.
Well, yeah, I mean, no wonder it didn't do that well in sales because the marketing for that game was kind of non-existent.
What marketing?
Yeah, there was for the first episode, but after that, practically nothing.
Yeah, the
I mean,
first
let's
episode
see.
had
I'm
some
gonna do
behind the
it
scenes
even though-
stuff showing the voice actors, but after the episode 1 came out, Activision went completely silent.
Let's see. We're gonna do a digital-only title that's kind of really only gonna be for people on Steam. I mean, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Other people on other consoles did get them, but let's be quite honest. First and foremost, King's Quest was always, a PC game
Yeah.
of sorts.
True.
So yeah, we're gonna do something.
I think there was a
you know,
Master System port of the first game.
Yes, but
Actually,
it was a
there
piece
were
of crap.
there was also NES ports of a couple of games.
Only King's Quest 5 too, and they were all shit.
Yes.
Guys, it's a man.
You were saying, Jova?
Yeah, it's just the problem with Activision seems to be like, well, unlike most companies, Activision seems to calculate what's going to fail by, choosing whether or not to support their marketing. Like, compared to Skylanders, which of course they market the heck out of, compared to a lot of their
And even
other...
then, that's kind of fallen by the wayside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like as soon as Skylanders stopped making them bajillions loads of dollars, then they're starting to abandon it. How cute, just like what they did with Spyro.
Well, to be fair, Jova, if you're running a big business and one of your big IPs starts flopping, wouldn't you reconsider that too?
Here's the thing, I'd actually consider maybe not milking the franchise as much as Activision have.
Yeah.
Having that kind of...
Remember, you also have
burnout.
to remember, Dweebs, Activision CEO actually came out multiple times explicitly saying that this purpose in the company is just to make money, regardless of the
A guy
quality of the
running a
games.
business wanted to make money.
Well,
but
Dweebs.
only that, Dweebs.
Well,
Just that, without any hint of passion. I mean, he could have just been like an electric cable company guy.
That too.
That's all fine. The problem is Activision never seems to consider maybe they're the problem as opposed to, oh no, the game has to die. Again, the War for Cybertron series got torpedoed because of a rushed game that had to be tied into a movie. And they decided, oh, never mind the high success the first two games got. No, because this one game didn't do so well for reasons, it has to die.
Not just
They
that, but
they also essentially mined the Platinum Games reputation by letting them do to their B team 3 games with practically no budget whatsoever to each.
I've heard one of them. turned
well,
out.
the Transformers one was pretty damn good. If you ask
Yeah,
me.
but you can tell it's still subpar compared to their usual stuff.
True, but
I mean, okay. Transformers game, that one definitely got lucky. I mean, it is good, but it does have the case where you definitely can tell. It's sort of like Crash to Insanity. A great game, but you can tell it could have been so much better.
not just that. But here's the thing, Dwebs. I understand what you mean, but let's not just let's just not state that every single video game company president is a money grubbing douchebag who doesn't care about the quality. But I mean, Hino is not like that. I mean,
Also, Dweebs, Business 101, making money, yes, that's definitely a thing to keep your company alive. But if you ever get to the point where that's all you're focusing on, big surprise, you're going to end up making less money when you make obvious budgeted decisions strictly around making money.
And not just that, Weaves. Here's a big plot twist that every company should know. Apparently, it turns out that good games sell well. Oh
Exactly.
my god.
Not only that, good games that you market well. Like, seriously.
They do, Dweebs, but I'm digressing and we already wasted enough of
Yeah, sorry we talked over the video with business.
It's still
guy.
Activision, so I guess it's relevant.
It's relevant
because the depth of their franchise.
let's not forget that we have Activision to thank for the fact that the King's Quest series is dead. So
Yeah.
See you for part
Although
9.
on the
everybody.
plus side, I can't believe I'm saying a plus side for Activision. There's one thing we can be thankful for from them.
Insane
last
Trilogy.
official King's Quest game wasn't. The last King's Quest game wasn't 8.
True, that's actually a good point. Yeah. Anyways, see you, everybody.
Damn.